Dave, what's your thoughts on the win tonight and the way the guys held on at the end?
Yeah, I thought that was the best part of it. You know, us holding on at the end was the best thing. I mean, what happened on that starter? We threw an intercept and 15 jerseys chased him down, and we defended our line, and that was probably, out of a bad moment, probably the best moment for me, because it was just, I just think it showed a connection. Guys care about the team, you know, and they want to work for each other. So I was proud of them for that.
Does that show a good level of physicality for you too? I mean, it was a really hot day, obviously a week after rain as well, by last weekend, and still be that strong right at the end. Is that a big tick for you?
Yeah. So I mean, you know, we're feeling pretty good about where our sort of athletic capacity is at, and I mean, it was. I don't think we'll ever have a hot day like this again for the rest of the season. You know, so to be able to perform at that intensity under those conditions, I thought was pretty special. And I thought probably for the first 60 minutes of the game, you know, we were doing a lot of the things that we wanted to do and playing the way that we want to play, and then for whatever reason we moved away from that. You know, and that's probably the work on for us, is just to go figure out why that happened. Probably more so why we didn't get back to that, why we didn't adapt quicker. But you know, all in all, if the game had stopped at 60 minutes, I probably would have been very happy. You know, so we're obviously happy to have the win, but you know, we've worked hard as a group to judge our performances on, or our mood, I guess, on our own performances. You know, trying to get better every week, and I think for the large part we were. But you know, it's in a way it's a little bit nice to see some of the players not as excited about it, because they know that, you know, it was by no means a perfect performance, and so that's a very healthy thing.
So in the middle of the second half there, Dane, did you feel like you lost the initiative a little bit?
It felt like it had been a while since we'd had a bit of ball and been able to sort of throw a few punches. But yeah, I think we've just probably, like Dave said, lost our way a little bit. We're trying to play in their half, make them play out of there. 60 minutes, really happy with that. And then I think for large parts, maybe 75 minutes, we felt like we were really in control, and then a bit disappointing that we weren't able to really close it out the way we wanted to close it out, but good to get the win.
Not to take away from the forwards, but your backs obviously got right into the action.
Yeah, Mel, I thought actually one of the really, really positive parts of the game was our scrum. You know, we knew going into 2 weeks ago that we were a little bit undercooked in the scrum. We knew that guys like Tetra Faulkner hadn't had a huge load there, and I thought they responded really well to that. I mean, I thought we were the dominant scrum tonight, and that's you know, that's probably, aside from our character and personality in the game, I thought the performance of our scrum was admirable. We need to do the same with our maul defence over the next couple of days, obviously going to Canberra.
Yeah, I thought our forwards were really good as well. I think probably the backs capitalised off a lot of the good work that they were doing. I think when we were looking really good, the forwards were playing on top of them, getting us some dominant carries. So I think they played really well.
Dave, how do you assess that sort of no-look pass there that went backwards and almost set up that try, that game-winning try for them?
The Highlanders pass? Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, things happen in the game really like that, you know, are 50-50, you know. And I think there's probably a few things that went our way that are 50-50. I think the reason the game was tight in the end, I felt like we could have got away. We could have got away with the game at a point the way we were playing at as Dane said, at that 60-minute mark, and we didn't do that. And so that's why we were a little bit kind of you know, we were kind of a bit edgy about it. We're angry with ourselves for not doing that, which is good. I mean, it's a really healthy thing. We know what we want to do better next time, and I think if the situation happens next time, we have to handle it better, and that's what we've got to. We've got a +1 next time, you know. We've just got to try to get that little bit better at something.
Dane, do you like this flat style? Obviously, it seems to be working for you. Flat style attack. It seems to be, well, you scored 4 tries, and how's it feel to you out there?
Yeah, it feels really good. I think it's always nice when your team's going forward, and for large parts of the game, it felt like we were doing that. I think the other positive was we were able to bounce back whenever we absorbed some pressure. I think they obviously started really well, and I think it's a good sign from the group that we're able to weather that and then bounce back from that.
Dane, you've played in all kinds of conditions, but how difficult was it out there today? Was it quite humid and difficult out there?
Yeah, it was difficult, but I think suppose often in pre-seasons in Australia we're training that, so we're kind of used to that. I don't know if it was a little bit harder for the Kiwis from Dunedin, but yeah, I think we train often in that, so it's never easy, but it's we're used to it.
Dave, just a word on Quade, the pass to Jack Maddox was pretty special, and the kick that found Billy in the right. It's a bit of both though with him, because he also threw the no look at it being intercepted. I think a couple of one in the first half as well, but he seems to have that's something that brings so many guys into the game.
Yeah, I think one of the things with our game is that we do want to play attacking rugby, and we want to we want to have a go at different times, and it's not always going to work. Not only for Quade, just for the whole team. And to be fair, probably that's what happened at the back end of that 60 minutes. We turned ball over too easily. We back-to-back penalties a couple of times. There's a time to do that when the momentum of the game's with you, and there's a time not to do it. And maybe that's something we just need to think about a little bit. But I was really pleased with the way he and Will on 9 and 10 controlled the game. Again, I thought most players in the back line had a good game. So if the game had ended at 60 minutes, I'd be happy.
You both said pre-season though that you probably wouldn't be perfect in round 1, you probably wouldn't be perfect in round 2. Is that a benchmark for at least effort, that last 20 minutes?
Yeah, what we definitely have this year is the athletic performance department have done a great job in just giving us a capability to actually play at a higher tempo for longer periods of the game. We understand our game a lot better than we did this time last year, and so we've been able to actually develop a kind of, I guess, a conditioning program that really suits the way we want to play, and gives us the capacity to play that for 80 minutes, and so I think they deserve a lot of credit, and I think the boys are taking a lot of confidence out of that, because I think the guys are feeling pretty fresh even under the difficult conditions. There's a lot of guys that still feel like they have more to give there, which is a really positive sign.
So what do you think it says to be having a win against the New Zealand side, and obviously happy with that, but still not totally happy with that? Is that a sign of how the side's progressing?
Yeah, Jeff. Again, probably I know it sounds a bit cliche, but we've really tried to say we want to play better every time we go out, and we're going to judge ourselves on that. And there were parts of the game where we did that, and there were parts that we didn't. And what I'm really pleased about is just the intensity of the prep from the guys. Last weekend they had a weekend off, probably the only one in a very long time, and on Saturday morning you come in and a guy like Matty Phillips is looking at line-outs, and there's a couple of players in there, there's a couple of coaches in there. There's no such thing as luck in sport. There's inputs and there's outcomes, and I think our team really prepped hard for this game, and we're changing the environment around what we expect of each other in terms of our preparation, competing in every part of that, whether it's diet or physical prep or analysis or whatever it is. Just trying to be the best version of ourselves, and I think the guys have lived that, and so I'm pleased that we're getting some outcomes from it.